we're not in America or South Africa, but we're in Sydney, in Darlinghurst, the old red light district of Sydney. It's a familiar story. Yuppies move in, and within hours they start complaining about prostitution, pubs, live music, gambling, homeless people, things that are all part of a city's character. Yuppies will do anything to improve their property prices, including what they've done here. By illegally putting up a huge gate, padlocking it with a big chain, and putting to an end the hand jobs, head jobs and shooting up that used to go on down this alleyway. In a bid to bump street prostitution into someone else's neighbourhood, they've been lobbying council to make Darlinghurst a no loitering area, whatever that means. In the last year, 20-odd stencils that say proposed no loitering sign area have been sprayed up and down the footpaths. In response, a graffiti artist who lives in the area and is part of the art group Scratch My Nose has sprayed his own proposals along the footpaths. So let's find out what he's on about.
Scratch My Nose is a multimedia group that works in many different forms. So it works in film, sound, performance, radio, and obviously I work in street art.
So there's been a bit of warfare on the pavements around Darlinghurst, hasn't there?
Basically, what's actually happened in the last 6 to 12 months, there has been signs or graffiti or street art in its own right saying proposed no loitering sign area. And basically, Scratch My Nose has seen this as a perfect tool to actually manipulate.
So proposed no loitering sign is basically saying we don't want prostitutes in this area of Darlinghurst.
It's saying more than that. It's like the last bastion, it's the last flag put into the culture. It's basically saying we are here, our sterile ways are here. You know, the same people who actually moved into this area when they were younger or were part of that culture, they're the same people who actually drove up and enjoyed the things that were here. If it was the gay nightclubs, the rock and roll venues, the driving up and down William Street and pointing at the transvestites.
They've put up on their little stencils, spray painted on the footpath, proposed no loitering sign. What kind of stencils have you spray painted?
What we've attempted to do is use the same typefaces, the same everything, which basically is the perfect play on what they did. For example, proposed no lycra board short area, prostitutes no loitering stiffens the ding dang ling long ping pong poo pong king kong slong, and that's sort of playing on all the humour that I actually use in a lot of the street art.
Now, those proposed no loitering signs have been around for over 12 months. Yours lasted a couple of days before someone got the black spray can out and sprayed all over them. Who do you reckon did that?
Well, to be honest, I don't really care who it was. I mean, that's the nature of graffiti.
Does it amuse you that in the year that we celebrated Arthur Stace, who basically was a graffiti artist, who used to write eternity around the streets of Sydney, does it amuse you that in that year that we celebrate him, that graffiti laws are getting tougher?
Oh, to me, yes, of course it's amusing. I mean, it is totally amusing. But on the other side of things, it really, to me, doesn't matter. I mean, sure, one day I might be sitting in Surrey Hills Police Station cursing that this has actually happened to me. Yeah. But really, you know what you're doing.
Is it like an arena where anybody can compete? Like, you can be, for the price of a spray can or a felt texture, you can compete?
Absolutely, it's the beauty of it. That's the total beauty of actually working on the streets. You set your own laws. You're not conformed by a gallery space, a white cube. You're not conformed by these ideals. You make the architecture space yours. You know, there's a great new history of people working in public spaces where people are actually bringing performance art, sound art, not just literally putting sound art, people grabbing sound out of the airwaves and bringing it onto things. There's prank phone calls, which is now quite common. People are using, performance, where a great example in the London Underground recently, someone actually found out the phone numbers of all the public telephones and then put that number over the internet and everyone rang and it was like a musical instrument.
Does anyone ever confront you when you do them?
Oh, all the time. That's to the point where one night I actually thought these couple of little young lads were going to give me a bit of a clipping around the ear. They just wanting to find out what you're doing,
Yeah.
Why you're crouching down, why you... why have you got spray paint? They think you're probably one of the good guys anyway, because if you're spray painting, you're one of the good guys, aren't you? You know.